be me. I don't wanna be anymore.
Alright, what's up, my dudes? Today I'm going to be ranking Typo Negative's 7 albums in honor of Halloween. Yeah, here, I'm gonna scoot over a little bit. So yeah, let's start off. I just got into Typo about February. Anyway, I listened to all their albums, so I thought I'd rank them. I've just got my little list here to keep me on track. So anyway, we're going to start with number 7 at the very bottom. I'm going to put Life Is Killing Me. Some people probably like this more than perhaps some other albums, but yeah, I just put this at the bottom. It's really not my favorite. It's like really upbeat, and it's kind of like the riffs and whatnot are really, they remind me a lot of the era. It's like 2003 is when it was made, and like the riffs and the production and stuff, it totally fits in. It's like a lot of the songs could be easily like the drabbiest shit that you could put on like the American Pie soundtrack or something like that. That's how I feel about it, and it's really not my favorite. But I Don't Want to Be Me, I love that song. A Dish Best Served Cold is good. The title track is good, and then Anesthesia. Oh my god, what an incredible song is that. Definitely one of Typo's best. And then it's got Angry Inch, which I really like, a good cover from the Hedwig musical. And it's a little bit funnier, it's a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, and it's way more lighthearted than the last album that they had put out. But it just feels a little, not as great as it could be. Anyway, I talked about that way too long. We're going to go with number 6, Dead Again. Unfortunately, the very last album, but you know what? It's not a bad album at all. I think Pete's vocals sound a little weird to me. They sound kind of, I know they're not auto-tuned, but they kind of sound like they are. His vocal approach is much different than what I was expecting, but it's really doomy. A lot of the songs are super long. It's got a kind of a punk rock attitude to it, but that's the thing. The songs are long enough, where you can have just like the heavy shit ever, and then it's just like super thrashy, and then it just kind of calms down. So it's just kind of all over the place, and it's kind of hard for me to focus. But it's balanced, I think. Good songwriting, and it's a really long album, I must say. But yeah, my favorite tracks are probably Dead Again, Prophet of Doom, These Three Things. Oh, the Locksmiths I really like. And then the rest of them are just kind of eh. And then I'm not a really big fan of September Sun or Some Stupid Tomorrow. Not my favorite. But yeah, number 6, Dead Again. And number 5, Origin of the Feces. Some people consider this an EP. I know Peter himself did. But I consider it an actual album. I like this slightly less than Slow, Deep, and Hard. I know that they're kind of the same thing. But it's fun. It's a fun album to listen to. You hear all the jokes, and, the arrangements of the songs are a little bit tighter. But yeah, the best songs are I Know You're Fucking Someone Else, which is almost exactly the same. But my favorite by far are You Afraid and Gravity combined. That's my favorite track off this whole thing, and I really, really love that combo. And then Paranoid is, it's not my favorite. And then the Kill You Tonight, Hey Pete, Kill You Tonight thing is just not I prefer it on Slow, Deep, and Hard. So yeah, it's a fun album to listen to. It's got lots of jokes, and it's not live, but they pretend it is. So yeah, it's an okay album, I think. And that brings us to number 4, and that is Slow, Deep, and Hard. I know this is supposed to be a demo. I meant to say it's made as a demo, but it just so happened to come out as their first album because of Roadrunner Records. But you know what? It holds up pretty well. I love Zero Tolerance. I love Unsuccessfully Coping with the Natural Beauty of Infidelity, which is basically I Know You're Fucking Someone Else. And then we've got the intro that they always used, Glass Walls of Limbo. And then Gravitational Constant is Gravity, but I don't think it pulls it off as well. However, yes, I like a lot of the tracks on here, and it's fun to listen to in a different way. It's angry, it's got a lot of the humor still, but you can really feel it on this one as opposed to Origin of the Feces, where that's more of a joke. This one's like a little bit more serious, and I quite like that. It can feel a little repetitive, but overall, I really like it. And then we've got number 3. Now, might be a little surprising to put this at number 3, but I'm going to put Bloody Kisses, the opus, the the big boy. Yeah, this is, you got Christian Woman on here, Black Number 1, Too Late Frozen, Blood and Fire, all that stuff, We Hate Everyone, Kill the White People, all those tracks. It's a classic album. It really is. I just do not find myself returning to this album or the songs in particular nearly as much as the other ones, but this is Typo's opus. So if you're just getting into Typo, Bloody Kisses, that's the one. However, me personally, I prefer these top 2 more. And I'm going to put number 2, World Coming Down, doomy, sad, depressing, and I absolutely love it. This one is, like I said, just super sad, and it's made after a bunch of Pete's family died. He's dealing with mental health, and I just watched something with Kenny Hickey, and he's like, I don't know what to write about, and they're like, just write about what's going on in your life, and it ended up being the most depressing shit ever. But yeah, title track kind of grew on me, and then White Slavery I like. Everyone I Love Is Dead is probably my favorite song by them. Creepy Green Light is amazing. I think the ones I don't like at all, really, are Who Will Save the Sane is Everything Dies is okay. All Hallows Eve isn't bad. And Pirate Blaze I'm not a big fan of. But overall, an amazing album. All Hallows Eve is great too. It's strong songwriting, crunchy guitar, very personal. You have to be kind of in your own hell to truly enjoy that. And that kind of brings us to number 1. October Rust. I think recently everybody loves this album, but for a long time they didn't, and it was Bloody Kisses that was like the hot shit, and then this came out right after, and everybody's like, what? But this one's got a lot more ballads. It's a little bit slower, but I think the songwriting is stronger in every single aspect, and it has a certain mood to it. It has an atmosphere to it that is just so damn enjoyable. Yeah, amazing production, amazing performances, excellent. I mean, just look at the track listing. Love You to Death, Be My Druidess, Red Water, oh my gosh, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, Die With Me, Wolf Moon, like, all the songs on here are absolutely amazing. Yeah, so that's, I know this album was a little, this review was a little kind of all over the place, but, Typo Negative is just one of those bands where it's like, you don't really like it, and then you come back to it, and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing. So, yeah, if you haven't got the chance, I would check out Typo. I think they're underrated. They're definitely having a kind of a resurgence right now, but they've quickly become one of my favorite bands, and I would check out all their albums if you get a chance. But that's kind of just my ranking of them right now. Sometimes World Coming Down I like more. Sometimes I like Dead Again more than like Slow, Deep, and Hard, for instance. So it's kind of all over the place, but Typo Negative is just one of those bands where it's really incredible. So yeah, if you haven't got a chance to listen to them, what are you guys' listing for their albums? What's your favorite song by them? If you haven't checked them out, I've said it 100 times, and I will say it again. Please do. Rest in peace, Peter Steele. And yeah, I thought I'd put that out just before Halloween, and I know this is kind of a crappy video, but whatever. Anyway, I hope you all have a good one. Stay heavy. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.